What's up, y'all? It's your host with the most. And today, we're gonna get it running. Ain't that right, Chester? That's right. Here we go. All right, workout complete. Here was the plan for today. 4-mile run, follow that up with 100 push-ups, just doing 100 push-ups kind of, as fast as you can, I guess. And then follow that up with 3 25 4-count flutter kicks. And that is today. Too easy. I'm just trying to document my times here. It's not that you care, but today on my 4-mile run, it was kind of weak. Yeah, it was 9-minute and 8-second pace, which that was a kind of a tough place to run, I'll be honest with you. It was thick sand, and there's actually some hills there, and there's not very many hills in Florida, but there were some hills there. It's a pretty poor time, I think. I think even for the sand and stuff, over a 9-minute mile is not that great. I haven't ran on concrete in a long time. Maybe I should give it a shot, see if there's a significant difference or not. I don't know. But anyways, enjoy your run, knock out your push-ups, do your flutter kicks, and I'll see you the next time, which will be Thursday. Tomorrow is a day off if you're following the schedule. Tomorrow should be Wednesday for you, and I'll see you on Thursday. Kick some ass, take some names. I'll see you tomorrow. So my original plan was to, right after the run, go into 100 push-ups, follow that up with 3 rounds of 25 4-count flutter kicks. But right as I finished the run, some guy pulled up in the parking lot. And, man, I mean, he had some serious problems with old Chester not being on a leash, man. So, I took Chester over to this other area, and I was just waiting for him to go on the trail. It's a trail. So I'm just waiting for him to go on the trail because I'm going to finish doing my workout. And man, he just kind of stood there and he was reading the sign. He read the sign, pointed at it. I know what that sign says. As a matter of fact, I'll translate it for you in Russian. What is it? No dogs on leash. Собака только на... Ooh, I don't know what leash is, but all right, so I can't translate it in Russian, whatever. But, I mean, come on, man. Why you gotta be such an asshole? I mean, it's not like... Why? Why? But anyways, man, never had problems, but today I did. Just sidetracked me a little bit, so I didn't do the 100 push-ups and I didn't do the flutter kicks right after the run, which you probably should do. Anyways, long story short, I'm doing it now. 100 push-ups and flutter kicks. Let's make it happen. Here we go. All right, what is up, everyone? Hope you're having a good day. Hope the workouts are going well for you. I just want to talk to you today about basically a hot topic that's out there in the weight loss industry. The hottest drug that you can find right now, it's Ozempic or Semiglutide. I mean, you got doctors out here calling it a miracle drug, and people are losing a lot of weight taking it. But I just want to give you my 2 cents, my opinion on it. And you know, it's just an opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor, although I did play a doctor in third world countries. Yeah. What I like to do is I look at doctors who promote it, and I look at doctors who have issues with it, who basically are on the other side of the fence, right? And then I try to draw, my best conclusion from that. So you're going to figure this out about me. I'm not a big fan of pharmaceutical companies. I think most doctors are simps. They're trained by pharmaceutical companies. I call them simps. They think they're real smart, and they are kind of book smart. They probably learned a lot from the pharmaceutical companies. So you got to be careful out there. Just because a doctor says that this is safe and effective doesn't necessarily mean that it's safe and effective. To prove it to you, every drug that the FDA pulled off the shelf because they deemed it was hazardous to your health was once approved by the FDA as safe and effective. I mean, food for thought there. So be careful out there. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do or what not to do. That's not what I want to do. I just want to kind of get you thinking. And I'll tell you why I don't like Ozempic and why I think that you should probably stay away from it. I think it would be the best idea for you to stay away from it and just put in the hard work and eat right. And you'll get the same results. You'll get better results doing it that way. I've done a little bit of research into it, and there's some things that concern me. So I just thought maybe I should talk about them and hopefully help you, if you're thinking about taking Ozempic, help you understand, some of the risks that might be involved, some of the question marks out there. And so let me, first off, just tell you what it is. It's a drug that is in the class of the GLP-1 agonist class of drugs. And basically what that does is, let me just kind of break it down to you. When you eat, there's a lot of things that happen when you eat. And when that food is entering into your stomach, you have these GLP-1 receptors that basically send out a hormone straight to your brain, and it tells you, all right, I'm satiated. I'm not hungry anymore. So you don't have that feeling of hunger. Well, what Ozempic or Semiglutide does is basically hits those GLP-1 receptors and stimulates them and gets them to send that hormone to your brain, which tells you, hey, I'm not hungry. So people are eating a significantly less amount of food, and they're able to lose a lot of weight using this drug. So there are several studies out there that show that, yes, people are losing significant amounts of weight. But what they're noticing is that 40% of that weight loss, they're losing 40% of their muscle mass. And that's a significant problem for me. Okay, we don't want to lose muscle mass. Muscle mass is actually associated with longevity, being healthy. We don't want to lose muscle mass. So that right there is a red flag for me. Consider that, okay? Another thing, though, that happens when you're taking this is that it actually slows down your intestines. And there are many people that have complete paralysis of the intestines when they take this drug. And for me, that's a red flag. It's a big red flag. Because there's also some people that noted having these issues even after discontinuing Ozempic treatment. If you start really doing research and looking at doctors who are not so structured in the way that pharmaceutical companies treat people, they actually start looking at how to prevent disease and stuff like that. When you look at these doctors, what all of these doctors are starting to find is everything comes back to your gut health, your microbiome, your immune system depends on it. Your overall health, your brain health, and just functioning daily life. It all goes back to your microbiome and how you're able to receive nutrients when you eat food. And so when you start to mess with your stomach and the motility in your stomach, man, that's really concerning for me. That's a red flag. Another thing I noticed is that there's not any really long-term studies on it. A 68-week study was the longest one I could find. And in my opinion, that's just probably not long enough, because there are doctors out there that are saying this is a lifelong medication, meaning that once you start taking Ozempic, you can take it for the rest of your life. Now, there's other doctors out there who don't go about it that way. They want to wean you on and then wean you off of the drug. So there's multiple, it looks like there's multiple avenues that doctors are taking when they use the drug. I just got to say, we're not fixing the problem here. You know, this is a perfect example of Western medicine and why I had to go away from a lot of the theory behind it, because we're not fixing the problem. And the problem is the environment, what we're intaking, the foods that we're eating, not getting enough exercise. You fix these things, you'll achieve your goal, you'll lose weight. And there's doctors out there that are going out and they're paid by Ozempic, and they're going out and they're doing these talks and they're saying that being obese or overweight is a genetic thing. And that is such crap. It's not genetics. It's how we're eating. Look, since 1980, the obesity numbers, the overweight numbers have gone up steadily. Like, it's something like 70% of Americans are overweight at this point. 40% are considered severely obese. And so the drug like this is a freaking gold mine, man. I mean, the pharmaceutical company, I forget the name of it right now that made it, that makes it, they're killing it, man. They're gonna kill it, you know? Another thing that I saw that really alarms me is that they're really fast-tracking this drug. The FDA is fast-tracking this drug. They approved it for children, for use in children, in less than 30 days. They just started clinical trials on 6-year-olds. That's concerning to me. We're not fixing the problem. We're just treating it. And this is, you know, for a pharmaceutical company, it's a gold mine, right? They freaking love this. But I'm gonna make a prediction right here. You know, I think there's gonna be some lawsuits that come up. I think they're gonna get their asses sued. It's gonna be big. You know what else I think? I'm gonna think that they're gonna make so much money that it doesn't matter how much they get sued. It's gonna be a win-win. And they're prepared for that. I'm sure they are. So, you know, instead of taking Ozempic, we get rid of the overprocessed foods, the sodas, the sugars. You know, these things that we know are bad for us is something that we can choose to take out of our life. We don't have to eat, you know, goldfish crackers. We don't have to feed our kids goldfish crackers every freaking day. You know, all these processed foods, it's gotta go, all right? Cook food at home, stay away from fast food, you know the deal. That's my take on it. You know, people are gonna do what people are gonna do. And at the end of the day, you know, I know some people are probably pretty overweight and they're pretty defeated, or at least they feel defeated, and this might seem appealing. I just want you to know there's no free lunch out there, okay? If you do take this, be careful. There's also been lots of counterfeit Ozempic being sold online. Ozempic, I think, is kind of tough to get right now. And you might see it online for cheaper. Be careful. I wouldn't even try it, you know? So stay away from that if you are gonna go this route, but I encourage you not to. You're gonna gain so much by just putting in the hard work and staying away from these other drugs, because at the end of the day, your body's gonna thank you that you did it the right way. I don't know what the long-term effects of these drugs are. I'm not claiming to know that they're gonna really harm you or damage you, but there are people out there who have been damaged permanently. There are a lot of people out there having surgeries right now because of taking Ozempic, and they have no motility in their gut. So just understand there's risk with this, and I would stay away from it. That's just my opinion. But you know, you're gonna do what you wanna do, and I appreciate that, and you're allowed to do that, you know? A friend of mine told me, you know, I was trying to tell him one day, I was like, you know, I feel like I gotta warn people about certain things, you know, like experimental vaccines, you know, why would you take an experimental vaccine that we don't know what's gonna do, you know? For me, it's like common sense. And then he looked at me and he said, look, you know, only the strong will survive. And if you're dumb enough to do some of the things that you do and you don't make it, and your line of family doesn't make it because you don't make smart decisions, And that's just kind of evolution. And I shouldn't worry about that. I want you to know that you can't trust the doctors. You can't trust the pharmaceutical companies. They're in it for money. You got to know what it does to you. You got to understand how the drug works before you take it. And if you're not doing your due diligence, what the frick are you doing, man? If you don't know what's in the new vaccine and you're taking it, what the frick are you doing, man? Sometimes I wondered, how did they get all those people on the train? You know? In Nazi Germany, like, hey, get on the train. It's for your safety. Come on. Come on. And they're like, oh, it's for our safety. I'm scared. So I get on the train. Right into the, yep. I wondered how they do that. Now I see it now, you know. Now, Ozempic is a different animal. You know, people are probably desperate to lose weight and they feel terrible. I get it, man. Let's do it the right way. Hard work is going to be rewarding at the end. Nothing that's good comes easy. That's with almost every single thing in life. So this magic injection that's going to make you lose weight, it likely could be life-changing and permanently damaging to you. So be careful out there, all right? Let's do it the right way. Work out with me. Let's eat right. Let's get rid of the crap. And let's fucking kick ass, dude. Or dudette, whoever you are out there. I'm hoping some ladies are doing this too. Come on now. Can't imagine how sexy some of them ladies are. Anyways, I'll see you out there. Y'all take it easy. Stay off the Ozempic. I'll see you next one.